The whole crew is back in the building for Empire Episode 9, the mid-season finale. We got a lot to talk about. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome back, AFTERBUZZ fans, Empire fans. We have the whole crew in the building tonight. We're all back for Episode 9, Slave to a Memory, the mid-season finale of Empire. I'm Jill Munroe, your host. You can follow me everywhere at Stiletto Jill. To my left,
I am Abigail Fraher, and you guys can follow me on all social media at Abigail_AF.
What's up, guys? I'm Zack Peter, and you can follow me at Just Plain Zack.
Hello, all AfterBuzzers. I am Taquiala. You can follow me at Taquiala_I am.
Hey,
Trai.
this song was lit. I liked it. I
And it was
really
the right
loved it.
song for
And I
this
loved all the
episode.
vulgarity that Jamal had in it.
Yes.
Like, I was like, yeah, I'm here with the gun. Like I
and with the classical opening.
it was beautiful.
And just the whole attire, too. Like you said, it wasn't so
It was different.
gritty, but the song and the lyrics, it just all meshed together
was
very well.
sexy.
Yes.
It was.
All right, guys. We have so much to discuss. The episode opens with a different lion on stage, and might I say,
I mean, I was swooning. I'm here
A
for
lot
it.
happening.
His booty looked good too in those pants. I'm sorry. Like, I was here for the whole
He
thing.
had a little reminiscent Maxwell swag. I was like,
Right.
okay, Maxwell Jr.
He's always been like an attractive male in my
He
eyes,
is.
but I feel like
the
this
crazy
episode.
throws you off?
Yeah,
No,
the
I'm
crazy,
kidding.
the crazy. You know, I don't know
With
though, 'cause I'm a
anybody.
little crazy
You
myself.
can't have a threesome with Rhonda?
You know,
Can't get into it.
I'm not really
Man,
into it.
and now maybe Rhonda and Pamela. But
Right? We're here for that.
so Andre is in his head, and I guess his deep down desires are coming through the surface because he's on stage crooning and, like Taquiala said, with Maxwell vibes. And all of a sudden he starts looking for his dad. And we're kind of like, what's happening?
Yeah.
We're
Right.
already confused, but
Right.
how do you guys feel about it opening and we're in Andre's head?
I loved it. Because it made us think for a second. I mean, I figured after, 30 seconds, we're like,
Right.
it's probably a dream. But it was good.
Yeah.
And I like seeing him sing.
I did. I like seeing him sing too. I think for me, it kind of bridged the gap from last week, the event that Tormoa
Bryshere.
happened, or where
Yeah.
he thought that Pamela was real and she's not. Then we're come in. It bridged the gap
The
from
whole
the
thing's a
shows.
dream
We
for
come
him,
back
right?
into
Yeah.
this new section of his mind and what the effect of the medications have done to him.
Playing with my mind. I'm like, what's real? What's not real? Abigail, are we really here?
I think so.
Like,
It's pretty real. I think so.
Lots of dreams. I didn't picture him as the musical type, though. I always thought he wanted to like run Empire, not like sing at Empire.
No, I think I
that
can't
was an
remember
interesting twist.
it was a couple of seasons ago. I recall him pointing out that he didn't have the musical talent.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I felt like he always was a little envious of
Yes.
Jamal and
Right.
Hakeem,
Yes.
and but he took the route that he could. So
Yeah. I
Even
wish I
if
could
you
sing.
are running the company, I feel like it's got to at some point in anything in life, you want that little bit of camera time, or you want that little bit of attention that people
Shine.
get. Right. The shine that people that are in front of, that are actually doing the creative things.
Yeah.
Not saying what he does isn't important. It's probably more important, but
And I think so. Growing up too, the music was
much
always the thing,
emphasis.
and the love
Yeah.
from Lucious to the other two. And I feel like he's always kind of felt like the
little
odd
left
child,
out.
exactly, because he wasn't musically gifted. So a lot of the love kind of went to Jamal
other
and
boys.
Hakeem.
Yeah,
so,
Andre
yeah.
deserves a Mariah moment.
yes, he
We'll
does.
let him have it.
That's exactly what it
We
was.
dragged it out this long. We can let him have a moment on
Exactly.
stage.
right.
So were we surprised that Lucious was at his bedside? I mean, because we talked a lot about earlier in the season the differences between Dwight and Lucious.
The hard T.
The
Dwight.
hard tweet. And Lucious is obviously back, just like I predicted, very quickly.
Yeah.
But I felt like Dwight was still in there because when we know he loves his children, but looking at him, looking down on Andre, and they obviously were having some type of connection because Andre was looking for him in his
Right.
dream, and we pull out, and Lucious is right there talking to him. Do we think that Lucious is all the way back, faking because he remembers enough of it? or
I
are we
think he's
looking?
faking because he remembers enough of it.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that one.
Yeah, I don't think he's fully there yet. You know, we saw him with his moment at the piano. Like, there's still a little bit of Dwight still in there.
See, I think that
he's
is all part
suppressing.
of him.
Now.
So I think
Yeah.
no, but
Lucious
I
Plus?
think yeah, like how he had said Lucious Plus. You know how like if you, I don't know, you take acid or something, you use parts of your brain that you're not
That
normally
aren't
using. You know, I think really it's all him.
Yeah.
And
And
I
it's
think
fusing
that
together
now,
now.
yeah, and I got to experience a part of his brain that he didn't really ever, you know, target, and now I think it's all of those things. And I think honestly, like I like him now.
Minus a leg, but plus like a sensitive
Right?
side.
Right.
I'm here for it. Like I like seeing his. It's like, you know, when you talk to someone or you have a conversation with someone so many times and you're really just trying to get them to like have that breakthrough moment.
Right.
I think he had it.
I think a lot of it
I don't
has
know.
to do too with what he just went through, the memory loss, the
Yeah.
recovery, and now that's kind of just the mental illness that can go on with things of that nature with Andre. I don't know where Andrew came from. Andre, that kind of also is making his heart more open to him, more aware of what he could be going through in the turmoil. So when people were talking to him when he was kind of out of it, he remembered certain things. I think that's what he's trying to get into Andre as well. I think Andre's part calling out Pop, I think that might come back to where he ends up telling them what happens or what he did because of being guilt-ridden of harming your father. No matter how mad he wanted to link up with Sean and run Empire and take over Empire, I think that the calling out for him is kind of when it goes back to he blew up the car bomb and then he felt guilt over it. So
I mean,
we'll
I
see.
think Andre always has a ready-made excuse, though. I'm
Oh.
a little, you know,
Right.
got a couple of things
Right.
going on. Don't take it personally.
Right.
So before we get into the captain's ball,
Hey.
let's discuss some Vikings.
Okay, so history's hit drama, perfect hit drama series, Vikings. It premiered on November 29th. Did anyone catch it? I hope. If not, it is a
good.
family saga that tells the remarkable tales of the lives and epic adventures of the raiders and explorers of the Dark Ages. Viking premiered on November 29th. It was at 9 only on History, so that's a Wednesday nights. Make sure to check it out.
So every week, we're looking at a family trying to forge new ground.
There we go,
Just
yes.
like the Lyon
Right. I
family.
I feel like the Lions they have a little Viking in them.
It's
They've
a
got
classic.
some.
This is a classic story through the ages.
Definitely.
You know?
Got it. So let's talk about the captain's ball. So we see Diana getting prepared for it. There are no lions allowed in the vicinity.
Right.
They are taking great pains to make sure that they aren't staying in. Diana's feeling really confident that she has achieved her goal, taking Cookie down and the Lion family and each of her sons. But what she doesn't count on is the love Warren had for Jamal.
No, not at all. But I think, if I remember, I predicted that. I just knew. I was waiting for him to turn. Didn't know when it was going to come
Yeah.
in this season or spring. I didn't know, but I was waiting for it, just waiting for it. And especially when Jamal gave him that really good whooping. I was
He
like,
did,
that-
man. I was
Really,
impressed.
I was excited. I didn't know he had that in him. But
He's
then
a
again,
lion. I feel like somewhere deep inside
Right?
all of them,
True.
There's some
that
rage.
switch can slip.
Right.
And then, so yeah, I feel like that beating was going to be his way back in, because Warren didn't fight. Warren didn't try to protect himself. He just, I guess,
Knew
a
he
part of
deserved
knowing
it,
where you
yeah.
exactly tried to get him wrong, and you knew all of this was going on anyhow. He just took it.
So he bribed the doorman at Jamal's place with $10,000, the $10,000 that Diana gave him to get out of town and get away.
That's how she gave him. I mean, girl, we're running a charity here. We can throw him a few more bucks.
I mean,
When you
who's
think-
to say he couldn't
I
get more?
don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, though, like, I don't know, I was $10,000. Like, that's not, you know, when we say it, we're like, oh, that's not a lot of money. Like, really, though, that is like, that's money. And to put all that money just to get a few minutes,
He
where
probably
you don't
could have done
know-
it for half.
right,
If
right,
you're gonna
but
get-
where you don't know
Yeah,
the
right.
outcome of the situation, I mean, that really
Right.
is like, he had nothing after that.
Nothing. He
You
didn't know
saw
if
the
he could go
janky
up there
hotel
and
he
get
was
beat
in,
up
like,
again.
yeah.
Yes.
It's, I don't know, that
Was the
Warren.
law firm he worked at a DeVoe law firm?
Oh.
Like, did he lose his
Yeah,
job?
where did his other money go? Like, how's he
thought he
only
had a
living off
job.
of Dubois' money?
I don't know. Kind of.
That's a little
That was
gray.
an interesting
Sketchy.
point.
Okay.
So let's go back to Empire really quickly before we go full on to the ball. We
Okay.
see that everyone's loading up. They are rallying the troops. Everybody has a plan. We don't know what it is. We know that they're going to crash the party with some information that Jamal has obtained from Warren. We also see Becky flipping out.
The whole thing was
I don't want
weird.
Becky to be pregnant. I don't feel like it has a place.
It was
She's
a
just
very
getting in
random.
her job.
It was very
Yeah.
forced into the
honest-
episode.
Exactly. It kind of
It was
felt
very
odd.
obvious. Like, it was overdone to the point where it was
Honestly,
like,
though, I don't think it was an obvious like, oh, you're pregnant. I got angry a little in the beginning because I was like, okay, she's stressed, but like, why do we have to make the chubby girl stressy? Like, why does that have to be like a thing?
And eating candy.
I just didn't like that. I didn't. That's. I don't know. There's other
I
things.
feel like they tried to humanize her in that moment, but it just, I don't know.
it was
felt
weird. It was
odd.
uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable.
I wanted more a little bit because I
Yeah.
like when she stood up to what was his name, J Papa, 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get back to her, but she stood her ground and she's on Miss Independent now and she got the position that she wants in the title. So I like to see the growth in her coming from that relationship and everything. But then it's just we didn't see them anymore, and now she's
Right.
crying.
And if you see
eating
someone
chocolate.
sitting there crying, eating chocolate, are you automatically going to assume they're pregnant?
I mean, but I don't know.
I mean, I knew she was
But-
pregnant when she walked in with the first set of tears. I was like, I know where they're going with this.
And she said the
Yeah.
smell of the food or something
Yeah.
like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
So
She
That's
had,
true,
yeah,
yeah.
there were a
Yeah.
lot of like not
Innuendos,
so subtle.
right.
Yeah,
And I guess the hormones, the smacking and
Right.
thirsty. I was just like, okay, that's a little brush.
yeah, it's a
Calm
bit much. It was
down,
very
calm
like
down.
we're trying to tell you she's pregnant.
Yes.
We have a big secret that we want you to know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Eddie Barker. So now that Lucious is back as Lucious, Eddie looks to be headed back to his old life. They're like he's moving. I thought he lived in New
So
York.
did I,
though.
but he must have been
Yeah.
in town for a
Maybe
wedding.
he was still in Philly. I don't
Right.
but he's ready to move on, so they're throwing him an event. How do you feel about his character being brought in? What do you think that it's brought to the storyline this season?
I think
don't
we're about to see.
Yeah, I don't think it's brought much
Exactly.
yet. Like they've
think
just
it's for
started
the
to
second
set it
half?
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you curious about it, or do you want to see more?
Curious.
He's gonna go to the dark side, 100%.
And what else is that going to bring out? Because him and Lucious have been friends
Right.
for a long, long time that we
Yeah.
haven't been able to see yet, and even Cookie
Money's
part
on
of
the
it. So
line.
now, yes.
Right.
And so I thought at first when he came in, I thought he was a good mentor, someone to help Lucious bring back the good side, bring back
Yeah.
the music where it all started for him. But now I feel like we're going to go a little left field with him, and that's going to be dangerous.
See, my thought process was because he was around Lucious in the early days that he has to have some type of gangster in him, just
Right.
because we
Yeah.
always
He was a-
hear
right.
about how
Right.
ruthless
Lucious
Lucious
used to
was,
be.
used to be. So I guess we're gonna. Do we like the guest appearance of Nicole Ari Parker? And looking like a little tart.
She
did,
though.
look like
So
it.
obviously, Eddie, and she said that she was his second ex-wife,
Ex-wife, right.
and the other ex-wife, they're all broke.
Yes. And the kids.
And the kids.
And the kids.
I kind of felt indifferent. I think maybe so just the way her character came in.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very
So I was
random.
like, oh, okay,
It
it was a
didn't
little
fit with the storyline this
too much for
episode.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
It was a
That and the
setup.
Becky pregnancy just didn't mesh.
They spent so much time building Eddie's like role up, and then I
Yeah.
think that was just like, we got to fit this in here before I don't. But
It could have came at
little
another point
better,
in time as
yeah.
well. At
A
least
little
mention the
bit.
kids, the ex-wife or two,
Or like build something with previous
or a
episodes
phone call
that
at the
led up
party,
to this.
or
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
like. But hey,
We'll see.
we got
we'll
to
see.
it.
We'll
Yes.
see.
All right, let's go to the captain's ball.
Let's do it.
So,
Dun, dun, dun.
what was your favorite moment? The entrance, the performances on stage, Cookie taking the stage? Open discussion. Let's go.
My favorite. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
I feel like
Go.
my favorite. It wasn't necessarily a moment, but I just love how they're so in your face but sneaky at the same time.
Yes.
It's like I love that. They're very much like, we're here doing all of this, but then it's so. I don't know how to describe it really.
I really enjoyed the tango with
But
Lucious
I
and
was
That
Cookie.
was
Yeah,
fantastic.
that was good.
That was
It
fantastic.
was.
And how classy they were, and like they're like, oh, we can be a part of this too, you
Yeah.
know.
And I felt like they're coming for Mrs. Dubois they came for her in her way.
Right.
They
Yeah.
took classy. They
Right.
let it out easily. They didn't come and be all brash and trying to fight
Right.
and trying to shoot
And that's a change
the
I
place
think we're
up and
seeing
everything.
since Lucious has come back.
Yes.
They're becoming more strategic. Do you
Yes.
think that this battle with the Dubois has, did I call her Diana DeVoe? I think I did earlier. I meant Dubois. You know, the battle with the Dubois, I feel like, is bringing out another level to the Lyons' cunningness,
Yes.
where they're being more strategic and a little less in your face
Yeah.
and a little more covert.
Yeah.
And I like seeing that. I really like the battle of Diana and Cookie. I think that
Yeah.
she was very formulative for Cookie to face off against.
Yeah.
Do you think she's going to jail?
I think they're gonna try to make it work, but I think she's gonna squeal her way
And
out.
if she
I mean,
does-
come on, can you really see Mama Dubois in
No,
jail
not
with
at all.
pound cake?
And not for long. And if
And
she
now,
does, it won't be
right,
for long.
Yeah, it won't
Yeah.
be for long.
No.
It'll be a moment.
So let me ask you guys, if you were in the audience, right, when all of this is taking place, would you just switch sides like that? Would you automatically believe what the Lyon family were saying after
No.
everything and this pillar of the community, as Cookie kept
You know,
pointing out?
I like
I
to.
would-
Go ahead. No,
Sorry,
girl,
baby.
it's all you.
I would be alert or kind of cautious about it because we do know that Angelo and Cookie had a thing.
Yeah.
It blew up, which also blew up his mayoral run. So I would kind of feel like it may be some truth, but I'm going to be on the side eating my biscotti and sipping some tea and watching everything go down.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think
yeah.
I wouldn't flip that easily. Everyone was like, oh. I was like,
The
I mean,
dramatics.
like it was very dramatic and all the reactions were very over the top. But I don't think I would have flipped that easy because like you said, she was the pillar in the community. They've known her for so long. And in their world, Cookie was just like, the trash rapper's wife, and I don't think they would have taken her word at it just from her, especially the way she came in and stole the show.
Right.
As much though as we like to say, like, oh no, this is so over the top. Is it? I think it's a really good representation of America as a
Actually.
culture because think about how quickly the public opinion just
Yeah.
one
Very
thing,
true.
one
Yeah,
thing, and you're like, oh my God, they're a horrible
We
person,
hate you,
and then
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, like even especially honestly in the
Social
urban
media.
community
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Oh well, that girl said he raped her, so he must. Oh, you're disgusting. Oh
Mm-hmm.
really? But he didn't. Or just like everyone's real quick to just switch
Jump on
public
it.
opinion.
Yeah, to
like,
pull out the pitchfork
you
without
know,
asking
and
questions.
roast
Yeah.
someone before they really get all the facts. So I
Right.
totally think that was a
That's a
believable
great
thing.
point. That's a great point.
Oh, no.
And let's talk about how fire once again Trapped was. And I like Jamal rapping. I would like to see some more of Jamal rapping instead of
like
Save
it.
the World Jamal.
I like it.
I love it.
I like it a lot.
I'm here for it.
I was for it too. Yes.
I think Bam would have been here for it.
Bam probably
Yeah.
is. Shout out to all the Bam fans. If you
Right?
guys are watching, we see you guys.
We see you.
So let's really quickly for half a second. We saw Tiana briefly. We know that Eddie is wrapping up her album, and she and Hakeem are,
They're in,
At odds again.
They're in their
That's-
gray space.
yeah.
do we think that
It's
when we come back that they will find their way back to each other?
Because
Yeah.
of the preview, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know because of the
That's the
preview,
only
but-
reason,
But
yeah.
does that mean, just because we saw in the preview doesn't
Right.
mean it'll stay?
right.
Well, I think so, only because Hakeem loved his life with Tiana and Bella. And it kind of calmed him down. It kind of made him put things into perspective. And so
Yeah.
now that he has Bella back, I think he's going back after his woman and the life that he has imagined or that he wants to create. So I
Yeah,
think
we
so.
definitely saw a different side of him with Bella, and now that he has Bella back, I think Tiana's going to be a little more, willing to give him another shot.
And like, can we just clap
The
for
heart
him
wants
at the
what it
end of the
wants.
episode? How grown he acted.
Oh,
Yeah.
with Anika. That
I mean, I
was
know
the
I'm
next
jumping
thing-
ahead.
No,
I know
no,
I'm jumping
that's
ahead,
actually
but
the next thing that I was going to talk about. Because
Please.
kind of going through characters.
Yeah.
So, how do we feel about Anika losing her child once again, and him showing sympathy to her, and the fact that he connected the fact that he grew up without his mother? I thought that was a very mature
Powerful moment, yeah.
and
It was.
powerful because he recognizes the importance of having a mother there, no matter if the mom is crazy
Right.
or whatever. But I wonder in what capacity. Like, how is this going to work?
right.
Or,
I think she was humbled. I think
Yeah.
she got checked. Like, don't turn. Like, how many times is she gonna try to turn against the Lions and it's not gonna work out? Like, it never works out for her.
Yeah.
So I think she's gonna need to crawl back on her knees, and if she wants to see Bella back, it's gonna need to be on his terms.
And normally I think it's a tit for tat situation with her, and but now it was very much like there is no option.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the road. Like, here's what it's gonna be.
You gave it
You
your
take
best
it
shot.
or you leave it. You go
Yeah.
to jail or you do this. And I mean, I don't know, just how calm he was, because he's such an emotional little man.
Yeah.
I was really impressed.
Yeah, I think we saw a
And
lot
I
of
was impressed
character
with the growth of the
development.
baby as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
That's a
Oh,
big
yeah.
baby.
Who said that? It's clearly a new baby on Empire.
Clearly
That
a new
because
baby.
baby Bella was like a toddler size. Yeah, you know, long legs, Bella.
Yeah.
Your daddy's short. So, okay. What should we talk about next? I don't know. I'm like, do we talk about the hotel room? Do we talk about more? Like, which thing do we want to touch next?
I think we should do.
Or do we want to talk about Lucious and Cookie?
Yeah.
And Cookie's hesitancy?
Yeah,
Let's talk about
can we
that.
Talk
Let's
about
talk about
that.
that.
That really upset me.
That
Who
was hard
here
to watch.
wants Lucious and Cookie back together?
I think I have
Maybe.
to vote for this. It's like it's the love story that you want to work out. You know, the heart just wants what it wants, and you can't deny it. You know, Justin Bieber knows.
She and Selena are back. I feel like we've never gotten a chance to see them together, and we've seen. I like the flashback
Yeah,
because
when
now
they
we know
were
about their
young.
early
Right.
part, but whatever. But as an adult, since Cookie has been home, even when they try, it doesn't last very long. So I would like to see them, and to Cookie's point, maybe go slow. Although I don't know how you go slow.
Because
think
there's
they're-
so much
I think they're
history.
past that point.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like where do you build from now?
Like, is it just dates? Is it?
Right.
I did really like his moment in the car where he's like, "Why is it? Because I don't have a leg? Is that why you don't like me? Am I not man enough?
My
I'll
numb.
show you how man I am.
Right.
No leg and all."
I
And I'm
really
like,
felt for him. I really did. I mean, what else? Like, the man almost died.
But that had nothing to do
but
with
then-
Cookie.
I know.
I
I'm
think
just saying, though, like, I don't know, like, what.
Maybe she's exhausted though, because
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Bingo.
know how long in time we are at this point
Right.
from the accident to now, but
Right.
bedside watching, not knowing if he's gonna make it, and
Right.
then he comes back, but he's Dwight and not
Right.
Lucius.
Right.
I mean, I think, and you know, she's still getting over what happened with Angelo because she was just really, really in love with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm confused. Like, sometimes I want to see them together. Sometimes I feel like Cookie needs a break. And I'm really sad that Angelo was so weak because, you know.
I like them. I did too.
did.
So
I
I'm with
like
you on
them
the
together.
same page. I just don't want, if they get together and they make it work, I don't want that to affect Empire. So I don't want them to be now back to where they were when they were teenagers and younger and in love and about family. Even though they were still about the business, I don't want it to affect Empire and their push and their dominant personalities in running Empire. So and also just the volatile relationship they had. It may have changed now because Dwight is in Lucious. Dwight. Thank you. It's now at
RT.
Lucious. But that's why I'm a little on the fence about it. Like, on one hand, I want to see it because, like you said, it's the love story. But where do we go?
I mean, if we have.
From there.
And if they do get together, what's the storyline then for
That's-
them, you know? So I think that kind of dies off. But I'm sure we could
Yes.
find another storyline. Like, I would love to see them. I'm just a hopeless romantic, though.
Yeah.
Like, deep down, I really just, like, really want them to be together.
So do you think, because one thing that I was kind of wondering about or confused about, before, remember the end of last season, before the blow up, they were going to travel the world and
Yeah.
move away from it. And so I don't feel like that is sort of the vibe that was given here. Do you think that that's Cookie's issue? Is that he may not remember, or because they're not going to walk away and just be with each other and get
I don't
to
think
know
they
each
can
other?
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
And
That's a
I-
good point.
and I
Yeah.
think
Andre's
it's-
not there to run the company.
Right.
Yeah, and I think you made a good point of like she went through so many
Yeah.
emotions from the accident until now where she lost him and regained him so many different ways that like I'm sure she's just emotionally drained and she's like I'm not ready to go there.
Also, she's never really had a break, even since she left jail. Like, there's got to be so much pent up, like, anger, frustration, hurt. I don't even know that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you process that? So maybe she just needs some quiet time.
She needs to get in the studio and like, you know, throw down some beats. She can join Andre
Cookie
and
album.
together they can throw out an album
She
together.
could be the finale of 2020.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about Warren and Jamal and Angelo. So we know that Angelo has been jealous of Warren ever since Diana manipulated that situation to
Yeah.
kind of say, look what Warren can do. Angelo, you couldn't even handle it. So he goes to the hotel. Were you guys expecting that? I mean, I know he said, I'm going to put him down like the dog he is, but I thought he was just going to go try and fight him. Did you expect him to
Scare him.
show up with a gun?
Kind of.
Yeah, I expected
Okay.
him to come in hard. I didn't expect him to like want to shoot him, but I think he wanted to really intimidate him.
He's one of those people that like to act tougher than they really are.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it got carried away here because you are not, it's very clear you're not trained in being a nasty human being as far as like violent physically. Also, it's very clear you don't know how to handle a gun. So, you know what I mean? Like, I think that just, it was very much like, I'm going to be the man. You're not, though. You're not the man. So sit down, have a seat, and have someone do it for you. Like,
Right.
I don't.
Do you think that Angelo is also jealous, in addition to just being jealous of Warren? Do you think he's jealous that Warren still has, he and Jamal still seem to have
Oh,
that
absolutely.
connection?
He loved
And
Cookie
Cookie-
so
Right.
much
He
that
did.
he, he's also a hopeless romantic. He wanted that to work out. We saw how damaged he was after that relationship. So the fact that Jamal is able to still work things out with Warren, or we're going to see that develop. But I mean, the fact that there's even still a dialogue, I'm sure that's totally eating away at him, because what does he end up with at the end of the day?
And
His
I-
shady ass mom?
Yeah.
And a bullet.
Basically.
So let's
And I
talk about that.
Right.
It's out of character too,
Yeah.
just because he, like you just said, Abigail, just where he thought he had to get his, I guess, manhood or his pride back,
Yeah.
because he just got beat up by Lucious, and so that made him automatically sign this paper over. And then now I feel like some of that could be anger toward Lucious, but
Right.
it
He's
happened to be to Warren.
The other thing that I'm confused about too is it's not like they were all in the vicinity of the hotel. I mean, you literally had to make the choice to leave the ball, get a gun, drive
Track
there,
him down.
track him down, drive there, open the door, and shoot him. Like, at no point did your mind, like, because I know that they say there are moments where your adrenaline and everything takes
Right.
over, and but for
That
2
long,
hours,
yeah.
it's a little.
I guess it's the festering.
I think he has a
Build-
little,
that's what I was gonna say.
yeah.
I think it's been the build up, because you get beat up, first you get kidnapped, or you get tricked into.
I mean,
getting
I think
into
he's
the
a little
wrong car.
unhinged, to be
And
completely
definitely,
honest,
and I think that's
mentally.
where it just exploded.
Yeah.
And I think it's at the wrong person, unfortunately. But
Did you expect Jamal to show up? Because I was like, oh no.
I
No.
didn't see that. I
Season
didn't
3,
see
we
that.
saw Jamal get shot at the I can't
Right.
say
Yeah,
that.
I
No
was
more,
like,
don't shoot
no
him
more.
again.
Right.
I didn't, and until Warren was like, "Oh, I'm on my way to Jamal," I was like, "Well, why is he there?" So
Right.
yeah, no, I didn't.
Because they're going to make up and whatever. Okay, so Warren only gets a flesh wound. Go ahead.
Can we talk about the confession? Like, is that going to hold in court? Like, he
Doesn't
was right. It
matter.
was under duress.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
Doesn't matter
think-
because
There's blood on it.
Anika signed
oh,
the
no,
kidnapping.
No, but she, no,
And that's-
she signed the. I thought she signed papers handing Bella over to.
She signed papers. No. If she confessed, or if she signed off on the confession of what's her face, then she would be free.
No, remember Hakeem said that they were still going to keep the video.
Right.
He wasn't going to take her away.
Right.
But I think because she had gotten full custody of Bella or that thing, I think that his whole thing was, give me my baby back.
Yeah.
Sign off your rights.
So she
Yeah.
signed off the
She
custody
signed
rights.
off her
Oh,
rights
okay.
to the
kid.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe then.
Yeah, so I don't know how
Yeah.
that's going to stick in court, because, I mean, Angelo. Well,
And I don't know.
guess
I mean, he
if
was
they
all
really-
Angelo
beat up.
can't
He
defend
came in,
himself
yeah.
now.
I don't know if they really wanted to. More so just the perception. Like they
Yeah,
took down
they ruined
the
her
community and changed
reputation,
their
which
minds.
is more-
exactly
yeah, which is
powerful
more
and meaningful to
damaging.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do we
but let's
think-
see what she's gonna do now
Right.
that her baby's dead.
Shot.
alive.
I,
killed.
do we
Yes.
so that brings up my next point. Do we think Angelo's going to die?
Yes.
You think it's time for
I
him
Yeah,
think
to
it's
go?
time. I think
Yes.
his character served its purpose,
It
and it's
did.
time
He
for him
did.
to move on.
Do you think that this is the last we've seen of Diana DeVoe?
Oh
No.
no, definitely
No.
not. Definitely not.
Not now.
I think it's so funny how disposable characters are to us. We're like, yeah, it's time for him to die.
I know. This
Wrap.
is so
He's done.
We enjoyed you.
And Jamal, I feel so bad for.
Right.
He just keeps walking into these situations.
Yeah.
That boy has just like this
The biggest
innocent
heart.
heart, and he just walks into all these shady situations just like, hey, I'm here. I just feel so bad for him.
Okay, so this is not a prediction, but it's kind of could be considered a prediction. Do we think that this is going to send him back into drug use? Because that was my immediate concern.
We saw him struggle with that.
Right.
What was it, last week or the week before, where we saw him go towards the drink. He dumped the pills down the sink, but he started. I think we're gonna see him go back to the dark side and dabble with that. I don't want to, because I feel like we already saw him go through that.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping it won't be as deep though. Somebody will pull him out, regardless if it's Warren
Well,
or
I think
the
yeah,
new,
and I
the
think
white.
now the family is so much closer. You know,
They're
because they
aware of
went through all
everyone's
this.
issues,
Yeah,
right.
that they're really there for each other right now, which I think is why they all struggled so much in the past, is they all felt like they were alone and they had a lot of pressure on them. Whereas now, I think they're going to be more of a united front and there for each other.
Correct.
So we saw Cookie pretend to move out of the house, or at least send her clothes, but she laid down to spend the night. We know
In
Lucious
her
didn't.
ball gown.
We know Lucious
was
didn't
not
end up
comfy.
at home. He went to the hospital to see
And that
Jamal.
made me sad too,
I mean, to see
because
Andre.
she went and laid in his bed like he wanted her to do, and she made that effort. And he
And he
didn't
wasn't
come home.
there.
He
Good to
didn't
see it.
rude.
So we have a loose end with Shine. Do we think that Shine came to the hospital to kill Jamal?
totally.
I felt
Yeah.
like he was
I think he
Completely.
was about
To kill Andre.
I mean, to
Andre.
kill.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I know what you meant.
To kill Andre.
Andre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, aren't there cameras though? Like this, how are you gonna slip in and slip out unnoticed, Shine? You're not exactly a low key guy.
And what is exactly, like, what is going on with Andre? Like, is he in a coma? Is he, like, what?
Just a
He's
psychotic
just-
break.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, like,
Probably.
he had a break and now he's in a hospital bed and he's not awake and nobody can, like, it looks like he's in a coma, an induced coma, but that wasn't, like, blatantly.
They don't. I think so. When you have those episodes, and especially when
Right.
your medications are changed, they kind of usually do that to you so they can get regulate your body
Regulated?
and stuff.
Okay.
So I think probably, and I don't think he would have said it. I feel like I don't think Andre would have confessed if Shine wasn't
didn't.
there.
Yeah,
already
it put
saying,
that energy in the
Are you
room.
talking?
Yep.
Are you
Yep.
opening your mouth? Are you about to say something? And then I really, really, really hope, because I'm getting tired of Shine too. But I hope that
He joins Nessa somewhere.
Yeah, he needs to go find Nessa.
Right.
Yes.
Go manage Nessa.
yes,
That was
so-
your big break, and
Yeah.
Right.
now you just don't care, and she's
Yes.
MIA.
no.
So, okay, we see Shine, we see Lucious come in, and he looks suspicious, but he just kind of,
Right.
you know, brushes us off. I'm telling you, whatever hospital they have Andre in doesn't have very good security.
No, I would have asked more questions.
No, let's take it further. Lucious was drugged and dragged out of the hospital with a metal leg by Nurse Claudia, misery style.
Right.
Right? How does that happen?
Where's hospital
But
security?
also, is it like, I don't know, because she was in the coat too.
True,
So maybe
true, true.
I have no clue, man, but I'm loving how twisted Empire is getting. Like,
It's
is
getting
fucked
dark.
up, and I
Yeah.
love it.
So, okay, what do you guys feel about? I mean, we kind of felt like Claudia would definitely be back.
Right.
Do you think that one, we'll find out her deep dark secret, what her real connection is to Lucius? Like, is she just
Yes.
an obsessed fan,
Yeah.
or did they have something
Yes.
that he forgot about, some type of interaction, like, and she's had some type of plastic surgery now or something?
I will say I know I talked about how much I did not like her, like the rest of the previous episodes this season, but I'm looking forward to like this dark,
It's gonna be
twisted
amazing.
misery.
Yeah.
Like, I have you in my cabin and I'm gonna keep you for myself.
Or Black Snake
Yeah.
moans since she had him tied up
Oh,
with the
tied
metal
up.
leg.
Right.
The metal leg,
Right.
right? And
Gosh.
just, I don't know. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah.
She's
I was
getting
like
dark.
sweating watching it.
All right, guys. I think that this is a good spot to talk predictions.
Dun, dun,
Dun dun dun.
Yay.
That was nice, sweet.
So, right. I want to say my first prediction comes Claudia. I think her secret really has to do with something her and Lucious maybe did together, good, bad, or ugly, but that is going to surprise Cookie because this was her time when she was in jail, and I think that's going to combine the flashbacks that she's been having while she's in jail. I hope we get to see who she's in jail talking to that had the baby, but then her baby got taken away from her.
Pound cake.
Pound cake. It was with a P. I was about to call her pumpkin. But Pound Cake, I feel like her daughter's going to be like Nessa. That's why we haven't seen Nessa or Tiana or some bombshell. Like, oh, really? So that's why. And we'll figure that out eventually, too. I might want to retract my statement. I initially said I was looking forward to Jamal and Warren kind of working it out and getting together. But I think that was just too much distrust, too much betrayal. So I don't thank you, Warren, for helping us. But now,
move along.
Good riddance. Yes. Those are my two.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Jamal go dark again. We're going to see him really struggle, but his brothers are going to be there. And we saw that a little bit in the previews. His brothers are going to be there to kind of help prop him up. We're going to see the family close together again. I think Claudia is going to dominate the first half of the next part of season 4. And that's kind of going to be the opening storyline, and we're going to see her connection. I think she's just an over-obsessed Van that probably made stuff up in her head as, like, probably went to a concert, saw Lucious, and she's like, I'm in love with you. And, like, now she's working it out.
I think there's a deeper connection than Fan, just because she's so obsessed with him being Dwight. Now, I don't know if it could be because he loved her when he was Dwight, kind of, or he was comfortable with her. He needed
or maybe
her.
He knew her when he was
that's
Dwight,
what I'm
and
thinking.
then the obsession grew.
Something, or she followed his. I don't know. Or
yeah.
she was creepy in the background when he met Cookie. Something like that. I think I agree with you with Warren. He just needs. It's too much.
Done.
Too much. My big thing is that Cookie is going to try and find Lucious, and she's going to be like overly on her way, not let anybody know what she's doing, and then she's gonna it looked like kind of she was trapped there, and I'm just like, at some point you gotta let people know where you're going.
You gotta be
at some point,
to
like, you
name
run
drop
a
your
freaking huge
location.
corporation. Like, do you think Bill
Right.
Gates ever goes anywhere and no one
Very
knows
true.
where he is?
But Bill Gates is probably not packing, and
He's probably not packing.
True.
Does Jay-Z go anywhere where nobody knows where he is?
Well, in this case, it would
I
be
don't
Jay-Z
think-
and Beyonce. It would be like
Yeah.
if
You
You know what
Jay-Z
I'm
were
saying?
kidnapped
Like,
and then Beyonce
could you
went to go
imagine
find
if something of that magnitude happened, like Jay-Z was missing?
So if that's the case, it's kind of like how the president and the vice president aren't supposed to be on the same plane,
Right.
members of or stuff like
Like,
that.
you gotta let
That's
people
kinda
know
how
where
they're
you're
gonna move.
going.
Right. But Cookie's a G. She's not
She
handling
is.
it. My predictions. I think that Warren will be back. I don't know if he and Jamal will be back, but I feel like he will be back. I think that Diana will go underground for a second, but when she reemerges,
Yeah.
especially if Angelo dies,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be beyond crazy. So I think that that's gonna be something to look out for. I'm hoping we have like a big royal wedding with Tiana and Hakeem, even though I don't really think that they should be getting married yet.
Okay.
but
Love each other.
they do.
They
but
don't
they're
know what
like
love is.
21.
They're so young.
Yeah.
They're
They
Yeah.
lust
conflicted.
each other.
Right.
and it like it's good for social media, and and I'm curious where they're going with this Becky thing and the baby.
Right.
I
Yeah.
get that it's probably going to be a moral dilemma, my career, which many women go through,
Right.
my career or a family, but I like just with everything else that's going on.
It's a lot.
Time for your
Right.
pregnancy, Becky.
Get outta here. Yeah.
Maybe not. Any last thoughts, guys?
I think I can't wait for this to come back. That's my last thought.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for it to come back too, because it's picking up and it's getting more juicier and more involved, and more people are coming in. So I'm excited
Getting
about that part.
twisted.
Yes.
The energy was level 10.
I'm excited to see
100%.
who Pound Cake's baby is,
I hope
because
they tell us.
a lot of people were talking about it in the comments after last
Oh.
week's episode, and I think we're gonna see someone that we've already seen on the show that's going to emerge
I
as Pound Cake's baby.
I hope. And Pound Cake might even be out of jail. We'll see. But if I could go in and we'll talk about history's critically acclaimed series Vikings. It did premiere on Wednesday, November 29th at 9 p.m. It was season 5, and it began with Ivor, the Boneless, asserting his leadership over the great Heathen army, while Lagertha reigns as Queen of Qatar. Ivan's murder of his brother Sigurd sets the stage for vicious battles to come as Ragnar's son plots their next move after avenging their father's death. Bjorn follows his destiny into the Mediterranean Sea, and Floki, who is suffering from the loss of his wife Helga, takes to the sea, submitting himself to the will of the gods. This season is full of startling alliances and unbelievable betrayals as the Vikings fight to rule the world. So if you're looking for something to fill your Wednesdays, be sure to check in History's Viking.
Right.
Ooh,
Sounds right up our alley.
Yes.
Right?
So that's it, guys. The last episode until March, the mid-season finale.
Yeah.
Thank you to my lovely panel. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure. Yes.
We'll see you guys in March.
Yeah, I'm Jill Munroe. You can follow me everywhere at Stiletto Jill.
And I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can follow me on all social media at Abigail_AF.
I'm Zack Peter, and you can follow me at Just Plain Zack.
And I am Taquiala. Please keep in contact at Taquiala_I am.
Thank you for checking us out for episode 9. We will see you guys in March.
Happy holidays.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Those only do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.